Hello everyone and welcome back to watch some more Diablo 3 and another build video. And today we have quite interesting theme with the wizard, and we're going to look one kind of frost or ice or whatever you want to call it build that I thought up. And let's go to the talents first, like always, and after that I'm going to show you a little bit gameplay. So first we have magic missile with the Glacial spike rune, and like the team is, this gives us some core damage, and it also can froze enemy for a little while. That is also quite useful thing with this build, and well, this is just one good basic signature spell that can help us if we run out the arcane power, but for so far I haven't really had so much need to use this one, but still it's a nice option. And then we have Ray of Frost with Coldblood rune, and this is going to be the spell that I'm using the most of the time, and with this is also good with several targets since it hits more than one enemy. And reason why we have Coldblood rune is that the arcane cost is a little bit lower, so we can keep it up a little bit longer. But if you feel like that you don't have really arcane power problems for some reason, and you want something else, then I would also say that the Snow Blast is also quite a nice option, since it starts to make a little bit more damage over time. But for me, I felt like that I did run out the arcane power a little bit too quickly, so that reason I'm going with the Coldblood rune. But this is going to be the spell that we are going to use most of the time. And when we go to the passives, I will be talk about more the synergy that these different spells are going to have between. Next we have Blizzard with Frozen Solid rune. This is also one of our AoE spells that we can use when there is several targets. And it's also, at least with the Frozen Solid rune, we can froze the enemies, so that is also quite useful with especially if there's big group, then drop this and they get frozen, and then you start to spam the Ray of Frost on them. But once again, if you feel like that you don't want kind of CC, then of course you can go take rune that gives you even more damage, or whatever it is that you want, as long as you stay in Blizzard and we keep up the team. But yeah, for me, I'm having the Frozen Solid just because for the frozen thing in there. Next we have Diamond Skin with the Crystal Cell rune. Well, this main purpose is just to give us a little bit more survivability against bigger groups of enemies and champion packs or elite packs or whatever those bigger guys are. And especially if there comes if they have some traits that are a little bit tricky, example arcane enchant where there comes those laser beams, if there's so many around them at the same time, then it would be nice to have a little bit absorbing power to keep us alive for at least a moment. And well, that is the main reason. And Diamond Skin, at least it looks like a quite nice thing, so I think it's go quite nicely to the theme that we are having in here. Next we have Frost Nova with the Cold Snap, and this is also when there comes several enemies too close to you, just froze them and run a little bit farther away from them. And we take Code Snap because it lowers the cooldown and it also increases the freeze duration. So I think that is quite good option and keeps the enemies on their place for a little bit longer. But yeah, and it's also ice spell, so it goes with the team. And last we have magic weapon with the force weapon rune. This purpose is only to give us a little bit more damage boost and yeah, nothing else. Don't really know if this goes to team, but I think with mage, when this is so I don't say weak, but with the survivability sense, it is a little bit weaker class, then it's good to have a little bit more damage dealing so that we can kill enemies a little bit faster. But those were the active skills, and next we have the passives. And first one we have the Astral Presence that gives a little bit more arcane power and a little bit arcane power regeneration. So with this package I feel like that it's good to have a little bit extra arcane power so that we can keep up the Ray of Frost a little bit longer or throw extra Blizzard at some point or something like that. So that's the main reason. Well, and if you think that, well, 20 isn't really that much, you can get maybe one extra for the Ray of Frost or half of the Blizzard, but still it's a little bit more, and it also gives that regeneration, so it's good enough for me. Next we have Blur that decreases the damage we take, and it helps a little bit because in this game you never can really fully avoid the damage, so if we can decrease the damage we take, then it's good. And since we also take the glass cannon build that increases our damage but decreases armor and resistance, then it's good to have another passive that decreases the damage we take, and since this a little bit weakens our defenses. But like I said, with the magic weapon skill with mage, it's good to have a little bit extra damage so we can get enemies down a little bit faster. And for me, I have always felt that the wizard is quite glass cannon class, so I just want to a little bit enhance that thing in this class. So yeah. And last we have Cold Blooded that goes with the team with this build, and enemies that are shielded or frozen take a little bit more damage. So yeah, and with this we get a quite nice synergy with the, if you think about the bleach art with the frozen solid rune, it freezes for a moment, so with those few moments we can do a little bit more damage with our Ray of Frost. So, and also with the Frost Nova, there's larger group of enemies, we quickly Frost Nova them and start to spam our Ray of Frost. So yeah, I think that is the main reason for this. And yeah, I think we have seen the skills now, and I think it's time to go see a little bit gameplay, and like previous videos I think we'll go into the Rift, and well, I'm showing you some gameplay, also a little bit tell you some extra stuff about the build that I have thought up while trying it out. So let's go see the gameplay part. So let's see how well we can survive. And well, start isn't really that great, but so far I've had quite good going with this build. I've done a few rifts, and well, this isn't. I would say this isn't really the quickest build that there is, but still, I would say that at least Torment 2 level, the rifts are really doable, and well, I haven't really tried the harder difficulties yet. At some point, of course, I did try I've tried a little bit Torment 3 level, and I did survive in there, so I don't see really no reason why not playing that difficulty. But so far I have found that I've enjoyed playing enough in the Torment 2 and still trying to get a little bit better gear that I'm sure that I can survive a little bit better in the higher difficulties. But other thing that I would say about this build is one way this might be even a little bit work a little bit better on the PC version, since for you it's easier to aim the blizzard on just that place that you want, really. And I remember while I was playing this game on PC, I quite often use this as a kind of kiting build, with difference that then I had was that with the diamond skin I did use the frozen hydra that did a little bit also slow down the enemies, and that way I could guide around the enemies, and when they get closer I did spam the Frost Nova and drop the Blizzard on them, and once again run away a little bit from the enemies, and repeat it and repeat that. So, and well, I don't know if was it really that good build on with the speed wise. Like I've seen in the Reddit for some comments that quite many do like the quick builds that where you can rush down the ridge really quickly. But as a solo player, I did find it quite interesting and funny build back then. So, and at some point I started to think that how would that kind of build work in PC? And still, I would say it works quite nicely, but with the Blizzard aiming is a little bit, well, I wouldn't say harder, but it's not really that precise that what point it is going to hit and stuff like that. So it goes more like the just trying to take some direction and aim that way and hope the best most of the time. But still, it does get the work done so far, and I would say that I'm quite happy for that one. And the point when I was also testing this build, I did try out this with one-handed weapon with offhand, and so okay, of course it was giving you a little bit more attack speed with the magic missile, but I felt that since you don't really use it that much, then I wouldn't think it's really that necessary to use only one-handed and with that faster attack speed. Or at least for me it felt like that best option with this is to go with the weapon that gives you a little bit higher damage, since this is kind of glass cannon, and with this kind of glass cannon you want to get enemies down as quickly as possible. So but still I would say that it's quite up to you that what kind of options you want, but for me it felt like that so far the weapon that gives you highest damage works as quite well so far, so no reason to change. And like I earlier said, that one reason why I started to think about this build was I've earlier played also this same kind of or at least a little bit same kind of frost mage or wizard, and other reason is that, like I speak it in earlier videos a little bit, that lately I've been playing the World of Warcraft again, and then I started to try out a little bit the Frost Mage lately, and while I was playing that I did get a little bit this idea also that how would fully Frostspell heavy wizard work in Diablo, and well, I did get interested enough to start to try out different options, and kind of found this build. So, and so far it's working well enough, and for my opinion is that if you can get enemies down quickly enough and you feel like that you can survive with the enemies, then the build is quite workable or usable with you. So yeah. And if I would a little bit talk about other Diablo related stuff, first a little bit shameless self-promoting is that I want to say I've started kind of a let's play experiment in my channel, and well, I would say that I would appreciate if you guys would like to watch it. In theory, first time I'm really playing the hardcore mode in Diablo, and I'm playing with the Demon Hunter in there, so just interested to see that how far I can get, and otherwise just interested to see that what it is like to play in the hardcore mode. So, and so far, well, I don't really know has it gone really that well, but at least it has been quite enjoyable experience so far, and I'm having some fun. So I think that is the most important thing, or at least for me, that I'm enjoying myself and at least some way having fun while playing. And another thing that I want to say that so far in my channel, these Diablo build videos have been I would say quite successful if I look at the views. And first of all, I really like to thank you guys that you've been watching the videos, and well, I think that at least some of you find this some way entertaining or interesting or something, since every video so far has get at least 100 views, and yeah, kind of just want to thank you guys for that you have watched the videos so far, and I hope you still enjoy watching them in future. And but still, I want to say that don't really want to be just a Diablo guy or dude who plays only Diablo. I have plans for other kind of content too, but still, I'm quite happy that the Diablo videos has been getting quite nice views, or at least for if you think about the size of my channel. And well, I still hope that the channel would get a little bit bigger at some point, but well, time will see how it goes. But at least for me, I'm having good time doing this stuff, and I hope you guys are going to have good time in future watching with my videos. So well, just the point of this was I just wanted to kind of thank you for watching the videos so far. And yeah, just going to rambling mode for here, but I think with here we take a little cut. I think you've seen quite enough for gameplay against these normal mobs and elites and champions and whatever those are, and I'll finish this video by showing you the boss fight. Okay, so now we have the boss time, and let's see what we have this time against us. And with bosses, so far with this build, the theme that I've been using is to try to freeze them with mainly with the blizzard, but if they get a little bit too close, then I might throw the frost nova. But for me, most of the time I'm just trying to avoid to let them come too close. This is maybe the first time it is the first time in this video that you can see that I did almost run out arcane power, but still it's not really that huge problem. Spam for a while the arcane missile and you're almost full arcane power at that point. And it looks like also that I'm taking hits like a big noob, but well, that happens sometimes. And I also think this is a new boss that I haven't earlier faced in the Rift, so it's also interesting to see something new once in a while. So often it feels like the same bosses comes every time. And looks like that this boss didn't want to give us any new legendary items. Feels like that all what he gave us was rift stones. Yeah, keystone of trials, and I think also forgotten soul that he gave us. But yeah, so now you see some gameplay, and in the beginning of the video you saw the skill set, and you can also see the skills on the description also. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap up this video, and like always, feel free to like or dislike the video the way that you like, what you feel like after watching this video, and if there's something that you want to comment, then you can leave that comment in the comment section below. And I also would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, especially if you enjoy the content and you want to see more content about me. So yeah, subscribe, and yeah, I hope you're having a nice day, and we'll see you next time. So see ya.